Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between our visitors and the New York Jets. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. 25-yard line.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Trubisky will throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
61, match box, lights. Watch the screen.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Peterson. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boys. You know, young lady. Move. Hey, you got 3 down. Watch the twist.
Darnold from the gun. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Let him know. Check. Hey, ready? Hot. Slam.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We're going to sign. Mike 7. Don't get nervous. Mike 7.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Watch tight end. Out. 3 down.
On the ground, down. This is Jalen Richard. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, zoom. 7's a Mike. Mike 7.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Trubisky to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
57, Mike, 57.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
We got this.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Fournette on the counter. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here goes, son. 7. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. It's a screen to Richard. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Check pass, check pass. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. Mike 4. Here we go.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. He finds Taylor, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hatchet, hatchet. Lady.
To the air again, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike 7. Go, go, go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 16. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Darnold from the red zone now. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Jets from 10 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
18.
On 2nd and 15 now. Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Pushing his way through.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Chargers' 42-yard line.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats. Mike 4.
On 2nd and a yard, Darnold, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Darnold on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Now it's Trubisky. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Watch the eye. Red 80.
Richard.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Mike Ford. Hey, get in the weight room.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold, and Anderson's got it. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Check three. Hey, lady. 7, Mike 7. Here we go. 22 Jet Bomber.
Darnold from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. 20. There he goes left side. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. Now the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Chargers 14, Jets 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Darnold. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, Steve 6.
Now Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one, angling for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Now Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Tight end right. 3 down, 3 down. Mike 4, Mike 4. Young lady. Hey, exit. Mike 4, Mike 4. Hey, let's get the gun.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Red 80. Mike 4, Mike 4. Quit talking about it and bring it.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check, check. Fresno. 280. Fresno. Kill, 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 kill.
Throwing again is Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
A 6-yard loss. It's 4th.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. This is taken at the 3. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
We're going to
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Check, 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 check. Double tight, double tight. Double tight. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Under 10, 10. Check 9, check 9.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
You ready? Check 37. Twist. Ready? 7's the mic. Coming to you. 7. Hey, 7. Mike 7. Time to go, night. Mike 7.
Darnold now to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded just inside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Alert!
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Boy, the run on first down a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Go! 180! 57. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check 20. Hands up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. From just shy of midfield, Darnold going deep now for Herndon. He's got it at the 15. It's a gain of 35.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3 down. Man, 80. Deuce.
Now Leonard Fournette. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go, go. Let's go.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll swing this one out to Richard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to regain the lead. Marr now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Let's go. You tighten up. Watch out. Watch out.
Now it's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Trubisky to throw. This is caught by Williams. 23 yards to pick up there.
Complete to Mike Williams. It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Chargers 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Trubisky to throw again. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey, Alpha! You're not ready. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. What's the run? They're running it.
Back to throw, Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 82 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Mara, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Mara to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They find some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone. Chargers touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Rush in.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, Richard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Mike 7, Mike 7. I'm trying to collect. Mike 7, Mike 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 30. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Darnold. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mike 7. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
10 is a month. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Now Darnold keeps it. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Undercrunch, undercrunch. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Joker, 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 joker. It's it.
Darnold a sneak, and he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Hey, check. 3 down.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th and goal.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
29-yard attempt.
Marr able to put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there. It gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, fit me for a neck brace, partner. One kickoff return in one direction for a touchdown, and the other one, they almost broke going back the other way.
The Charger drive about to get going. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
57's Mike 57. Alert.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He's back to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and
10. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that key. Alert.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. One last shot for Trubisky. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.